Howdy peeps, thank you for the 3 that have managed to turn up despite about a minute's notice and no prior linky poos going anywhere. Howdy Rich, how are you this morning? Hope all is well with you. Computer needed updates. Well, it didn't give me a choice. It just kind of, I suddenly went, updating, please wait. I was like, damn it. I would have been in plenty of time to get here and be ready, but oh well, made it just about on time. So, yes, happy Father's Day to any dads that happen to be here. Or Grandfather's Day. Yeah, damn things, Rich. It's probably made something worse. That's normally what happens when you get an update. It's something that did work and you kind of made sense of and you got it all figured out and they changed it and made it worse. That's generally what happens. Or the thing that you liked, they've taken away. That's the other thing that happens. Hello, Joseph. How are you, my friend? Hope all's good with you. And a lovely Amber. Hey, Afternoon Rodders, Big J. Yes, I wasn't sure that anyone would actually turn up. Because I didn't notice that whether D was streaming. I did check and I didn't see a link or anything anywhere. So I guess she's probably doing Father's Day stuff. I'm guessing that's the same for a lot of people today. But yeah, to any and all that are dads, fathers, look after children, love others' children as their own in the right way. Rich. Yeah. Congrats. Well done. Thank you. All that good jazz. Yes. I must admit I was a bit late last Sunday, Joseph, to tune in, but when I looked, it said you'd taken the stream down, so I didn't know whether something had gone wrong or you just got overwhelmed with what you're doing. And I've got all the 3,000 million YouTube notifications now coming through on my computer, telling me about everyone that's uploaded a video since I last turned my computer on, which was last Sunday. Could be here a while waiting for these to go through. So yes, I hope everyone else is well, healthy, happy. Too many projects. Yeah, I know the feeling, Joseph. And I've only got like 1 or 2 on the go, and that's still plenty for me. Any changes here? So what's been going on in Sharpie's fish room this week? Mainly this fluval flakes just out of shot here. Oh, pardon me. That's not a sponsored burp. Yeah, I've just been gradually moving the occupants out. So Ginger, the bristlenose, and the Chopoidanios have now been moved into the other flex, the bristlenose farm. So all that is left in there now is the Anomalochromis, the butterfly cichlids, and cherry shrimp, and the narrow snails, but they're going to be staying in there. I was looking at some shell dwellers today in a local fish store. They didn't have any of the multis, the Neolamprologus multifasciatus, which is basically the beginner's shell dweller, kind of the way I'm seeing it anyway. They did have some gold ocellatus and Neolampologus brevis. So did a bit of research. I'm probably going to wait, see if I can get hold of the multis, because although the brevis seem to be okay, I think the ocellatus might be a bit too aggressive for what I want. Basically, I want something that will be a colony and will breed, and I won't have to worry about pull the fry out every couple of weeks when they get to a certain size, so the adults don't eat them. Yeah, I think I can safely say we all love amber. Yeah, she's done a heck of a lot of work in that house. I'm sure, Jessica, you've done plenty of work yourself, but yeah, go amber. Anything else happen this week? Random more baby guppies. Another batch of a pisto fry. The last batch lasted about 2 days before they got eaten. So what I will do this time is I'm going to get my little quarantine tank up and running again, and I'm going to take out some of the fry from the pisto tank and just see if I can grow some out on my own in the little QT tank. At least try and get maybe 1 or 2 survivors anyway. I know eventually my mum and dad, Robert and Roberta, will get it figured out. But this is kind of frustrating. And they're having babies like every 2 or 3 weeks at the moment, but keep eating the bloody things. Now, whether it's him or her that's eating them, I don't know. I would think probably him. Oh, nah. Once they're big enough, right, they can go into one of the bristlenose tubs, or the crib tub, which is currently, that's not. I found another cribensis as well. I stripped that tub down last weekend and caught every adult crib out of there. Yeah, right. Found another one. As I say, it's once I'm sure the dwarf neon rainbows are good and healthy and ready to go, I'll go into here. I'll probably chuck a bunch of the guppies into the grow out tub because they're eventually going to go. And then so that will just leave the 5 juvenile cribs in there along with that one random adult that somehow materialized. I have no idea where from. It was empty last Sunday morning. There was literally only 5 juveniles in there. When I say juveniles, I mean like 1/3 of an inch. Now there's an adult in there as well. Where do you come from? Hey, evening, Aaron. How are you? Hope all good with you. So yeah, and the shell dwellers won't need to be quarantined when I get them because they're going into a tank that will just have them in and nothing else. So that will be their quarantine tank. Will be the display tank. Nice Trump commercial. Uh-oh. What have I done, Bob? What have I missed? Oh, I've obviously done something. Was it smoking, drinking monster? Is that it? Evening, Dan. Welcome aboard. Hope you're all well up there in sunny Scotland. Oh, you got a commercial for Trump. Oh, jeez. They put that on the wrong channel, didn't they? Oh. Oh, I have no control over that, Bob, as you know, but that just tickled me. Oh, dear. I wonder if I can put in a complaint to YouTube. Please do not show this advert on my videos. I find it offensive. It's a plunge on this 20 Ultra. Going back. Yeah. Yes, that's not good, Aaron. And Daniel, do tell how you managed to get yourself attacked by a seagull. Were you holding food at the time? Were you perhaps down at the coast with some chips, fries, Americans, or an ice cream, and certain seagull decided it wanted some? That's normally what happens. I'm the only, I'll say wild bird. The only wild bird that I've been attacked by was a blackbird. And that was just because I got too close to the nest and I didn't know there were babies there. All the chargers these days are cheap, tacky plastic. All come out of the same factory in China anyway. Just being nasty. Fair enough. It was telling you don't need to go to work. It was saying, no, don't go to work today. Have a day off. I'll say you must have been, I'll say, close to a nest without realising it. It happens. I'm okay with my blackbirds here because they're used to me being in the garden. They kind of trust me. So, I can walk up and have a look in the nest and I don't get attacked. If I'm doing any digging out there, they follow me around the garden. Hello, Cheryl. How are you, my dearie? Howdy, Scott. How are you? Oh, pardon me. Oh, me again. Yeah. Well, it's to be fair. There's never been anything subtle about seagulls. Hey, Callum. Welcome aboard. Yeah, that's it. If you got chips and there are seagulls around, prepare for attack. And Norwich has got a lot of pigeons, what most cities have, but they don't try and nick your chips. You actually have to feed them. Yeah. And obviously the other thing is the new CPDs have joined the older CPDs in there. So there's now 9 of them in there, swimming around happily. Hopefully at some point we might get some babies. I have seen no sign whatsoever of the baby apistos I put in there though, so they may have got eaten. Crow noise. That's a crow got chased. Yeah, crows will do that. And magpies that chill out on the windowsill when it rains. Yeah, trying to stay a bit dry or yeah. Yeah, that sounds like it was protecting babies. It just shows either freshly hatched and hopping about on the floor and you didn't spot it, but you wouldn't have heard it anyway. But seagulls aren't exactly the brightest creatures on the block, and kind of yeah. Although I mean, I've been concussed by a fish, so I'm not going to judge. And I am the guy that managed to super glue his head to his modelling bench as well. Yeah. Don't start wearing a cycle helmet when you're walking to work. Or a motorbike helmet, one or the other. Something's yeah. Or just cross the road when you get to that point for about 50 yards, you'll be all right. That's the other way around it. So the only wildlife, as it were, interaction I've had, tennis bat, tennis rackets, sir. Yeah, it's a tennis bat and a cricket stick. Cricket stick. Yeah, try saying that when you're not biting your tongue at the same time. So interaction with wildlife. I had an interaction with a rat this week that I really didn't want to have. It was sort of 3 o'clock Tuesday morning. It'd been hot, so I've been sleeping downstairs because it's a bit cooler. Back door open. Just, I say, on the latch, just open enough. Just get some airflow, keep things cool. And I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning hearing Zach meowing at me. It's a new meow, one I hadn't heard before. So I roll over, take a look, and there he is, stood there with a half-dead rat in his mouth. Yeah, and he's like here. I just see this big white face with this half-dead rat just twitching. Like, oh, not at 3 in the morning. Throw the rat outside and give Zach a good fuss because it was being nice. He was bringing me a present. It's just not a present I wanted. Thank you very much, Bob, for the poop emoji, 99¢. Yeah. That's pretty much what I thought at 3 o'clock Tuesday morning was poop. That's like not the ideal way to start the day. But so it's like part of you wants to tell him off for bringing in a dead rat, but then he's not necessarily done anything bad or wrong or naughty. He's being nice, so it's like get rid of the rat and give him a good fuss. It's working, Bob. Have you got a new card or something? That's pretty much the extent of my excitement this week. Thankfully, I say when myself and Mary went to the LFS today, as I say, they had quite a lot of stock in. Some which I would say, given the general customer base, they probably shouldn't have in. Lots of red belly pacu, piranhas, arowanas. The kind of thing that people are going to buy and have no idea how to look after. And they don't ask you questions in there. You just go, well, that one. And then you catch it, put it in a bag and give it to you. So, we're talking about a place that sells snapping turtles as pets. So, and caiman. Probably not bought it in home. Toby used to bring rats my birds. Oh yeah. Zach left me a bat one day as well. He left it just outside, just out the front door, and it was in perfect condition. It didn't, no bite marks, nothing. It's like he caught it, unless he found it and it had been injured or something, or he found it and brought it to me to help, or I don't know. But yeah, there was no sign of it being molested by a cat or bitten or eaten or anything. It looked perfectly fine, other than the fact it was just dead. What was that? It was my pair of Pacu were getting quite. Yeah, Pacu do tend to get a bit large, don't they, Bob? Is it the Pacu they call the ball biter? Because they got introduced somewhere where they weren't native. Was it somewhere in Africa? Or vice versa, they got introduced somewhere else and started because they like eating fruit. It's got nice round plump fruit, and the natives would be swimming around in the river and get their testicles bitten off. There's anything better be a large wallet with no ID or cards. Yeah, well, you don't mind the ID. All the cards, you just can't use them. You just want lots of cash in there. Although with the increase on the contactless now up to £45, if you do find a card, you could probably do some serious shopping with it. Hi, Mano, how are you? Welcome to the show. Yes. Yeah, Bob, so no naked senior stickball near the Pacu, okay? We don't want you singing soprano. Happy metal Father's Day, Chewy. Yeah, that's generally one of my rules. I don't want a fish tank I'm scared to put my hand into. Now, admittedly, I know that shell dwellers and all cichlids can bite. No, you misspelt that, Amano. It's spelled COFFEE. Yeah, throw a towel on. That is probably the best way to catch a vole, to be honest, without using a humane trap. And then you got the issue of chances are it probably won't go into the trap anyway. And voles are so light they tend not to set the bloody things off either. Yeah, I'll say if I'm going to keep fish, I want to be able to put my hands in the tank without worrying about losing fingers or anything. Well, as I said, yeah, I hear that shell dwellers will attack you. They will bite you. But a fish that's like maximum 2 inches long is not going to hurt when it bites your finger. Worst it might do is draw a pinprick of blood. That probably the most pain from that would be if you try to sanitize your hands afterwards. But yeah, voles are definitely speedy little beggars. They can change direction like a Bolivian ram does. Yeah, try the what is the one I got? Is it the A20E, Aaron? I think that's one of the cheapest ones. Works perfectly fine for me anyway. I've watched YouTube on it. I've been in live streams on it. I've Googled stuff on it. Obviously, any music is going to sound bad on it because it's a phone. even if you plug a decent set of headphones in there, it's not going to have a decent sound card in there, as it were. Oh, Dan and Chewie are conspiring. Yeah, so that was the issue with that. What else has been going on this week? Don't think you could do it with a big rat. Like, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a fully grown rat. I mean, full grown rats around here are huge. We're not talking city rats that are at most 10, 12 inch, 10 inches long, at most 8 to 10. Then same length tail. We get rats around here that they probably have the cats. I can pop my email in the oofa doofa for you if you like, Chewy, if I can remember it. Let me see. There you go. That's my female address. If you want to try and do some form of collab, we can see what we can figure out. Hi Alice, how are you? Thank you. I want me to take some calls. Yeah, you're just not going to get decent audio on something the size of a phone. It's just not physically possible. It's just that simple. There's no way you're going to get valves in there. Cops going out every flat in the block across the car, but oh, yep. Keep your head down. Yeah, there's someone's either got a suspiciously high electric bill, or they've been having a big get-together party of some description and everyone's going to get fined for social distancing. There has been a few of those around here lately. What is the G? G's my middle name, Alice. That's what it stands for. Godlike. Gareth. My godparents, as it were, are Welsh, so I got a Welsh middle name, annoyingly. I would rather it was something like Paul or Philip. At least then my initial would be JPS. And I might get tobacco sponsorship. Yes, that's it's nothing interesting. It is just my name. Oh no, you don't, Alice. It's kind of like Norway, except they speak an even weirder language and it rains all the time. It's pretty much what Wales is. From my experience of living there for about a year, generally miserable place. More like when smoke button at home. Yeah, probably then. Why does Wales have its own language? Because historically it's a different country. There are many languages. Basic English has developed from about a dozen. Welsh is a language all of its own. It's not similar to anything else at all. If anything, it's probably closer to Navajo. It's just an incomprehensible stream of syllables, of consonants, and yeah. And they use L's and Y's as vowels. It's just, you can't read something that's written out in Welsh and pronounce it. You have to have someone say it so you can then pronounce it. Prince Charles, no, he doesn't know Welsh. Most Welsh people don't know Welsh. I say there is also Scottish, Cornish, obviously Irish. And as you go around the country, the amount of different accents and different words that are used is because we all originally had different languages. It was 7 or 8 different kingdoms. Yeah. Alrighty, ho, Chewy. I shall look on it in a bit when I'm done here. Just don't hold me into any rush to get things done because work is still crazy. Redfish, Bluefish, hello, welcome aboard. Have fun in the garage. Yep, exactly. Yep, microwave or satellite or television, they're all the Welsh words for the same things in English. And hello, Pam, how are you, my dearie? Caffeinate, my dear, caffeinate. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I did learn some Welsh while I was there, but I've pretty much forgotten it all on purpose because, I mean, at least Latin has uses. Right? If you know a bit of Latin, it can sometimes come in useful. Learning Welsh is just pointless. So they don't even teach it in school in Wales in most places anymore. Although all the road signs are in both languages. So it'll say araf and slow. Yeah. As I say, I mean, if you want back end of nowhere, I mean, the address of the place I lived was Minamanath, Chymmoch Road, Cumclinvec, Kevin Brine, Cumclinvec, Swansea. There's only a Swansea postcode, it's nowhere near Swansea. Oh, there's definitely something afoot. I shall have to look into it and see what's occurring in a bit. Oh, ow. Oh, I know I've been working too hard, my legs hurt. Ow. 70 miles, yeah, so. Yeah, at the moment, Jason, I think Daniel was just recovering from a seagull-related incident. Hello, Tampa Tom, how are you? Snakes in the grass, you know, you're going to cut them. Yep, and anything else that happens to get in your way is going to get mowed or weed whacked. Yeah, I've not done snakes as far as I'm aware, but I have when I worked down at in the model shop, which is on a large market space. So we had to every so often go and cut the grass. I did once accidentally using a weed whacker, long grass, not really paying much attention, and went bump. Red fountain comes spurting up. I was like, what the hell's that? Yeah, I actually accidentally weed whacked the head off a rabbit. Oops. Yeah, mulched rabbit. Well, he's just beheaded, basically. I was proper heavy duty industrial petrol weed whacker with the wire rather than the plastic blades or cable. Yeah, that made a mess of anything it hit. Paint canvas. Yeah, that is the thing, is if you're cutting long grass, you can't necessarily see what people have dropped or what's in it. Generally the first time you're aware of it is when you hit it. And yeah, with paint cans or as soon as you'll get like a bonfire, and it will be like for bonfire night or something. It'll be all set up. You can guarantee someone will sneak something onto it that they shouldn't have done. There'll be like spray paint cans or deodorant cans, or just periodically through the evening with the bonfire burning, you know how bang as a can of something explodes. And yes, there are flies about, so if you see a fly crawling across a camera lens. I live in a town surrounded by farms, and there's a poultry processing factory in town, so there's going to be flies. And I can't use fly spray, obviously. I think one of the best stories, worst, funniest stories I heard about things that people might hit when they're mowing the lawn or cutting long grass with a strimmer or weed whacker. Guy managed to run his own foot over with the lawnmower, chopped his big toe off. Toe went through the lawnmower, came out the back end and took his eye out. Yeah. There's 12-inch wide, tank too narrow for discus. I would probably have thought so, Rich. They're going to get sort of maybe 8 inches. So, yeah, I would have thought a 12-inch would probably be a bit narrow. You could certainly get away with it when they were younger, but as they got bigger, they would need probably more depth just to be able to turn around in. So not exactly the most flexible of fish, or the most maneuverable. Yep, there's that fly landing on me. Yep, listen and eat, Aaron, but you got to let us know what you're munching. We need to know what you're eating, because I'm hungry. I know what I've got for food afterwards, which is, yeah. So it's either going to be an out-of-date sandwich or a microwave burger. So that's because I've got to go and do my shopping tomorrow morning. Annoyingly. I don't know. What's that? Oh, hang on. I spy with my little eye. What is that up there? Oh yeah, oops. Oh, that's all right, you can't see it anyway. Yes, I've heard of Bob Geldof and the Boomtown Rats. Oh dear, grew up with the Boomtown Rats. Can't say I'm a fan. Chips, salt, cooked pound of cheese. Oh. Yeah, I officially hate you now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Only thing you're missing there is either some gravy or some ketchup on the chips. Yep, Rat Trap, don't like Mondays. And several others that don't spring to mind right now. Yeah, I was never a fan, although if I don't like Mondays ever came on a Monday at work, I would sing along with it. I'd have to be done. But then I think it's one of those where everyone sings along to that at work. Ah, the Sir Bob Geldof, or that loud Irish, as he's generally referred to. Yeah. Leftover takeaway curry from Friday. Yeah, that's making me feel better about my choices. And you, Cheryl. Well, I did have some chocolate and vanilla cheesecake earlier, but that's about it so far today. Um, and obviously, large quantities of Coca-Cola. Yeah. That's what dinner packs and the whole thing. Yeah. So 81. What was I doing in 81? Just starting primary school. Yeah, 5 years old, so first year of school. And then left school at 16. So yeah, 92 I left school. That's a bit scary. Yeah. Yes. A quarter of my life now I've spent being a school kid. That's, yeah, that's getting rather scary. But the thing is, I still think of like bands and music from the sort of early and mid 90s as being like new. So I've not really bought any new bands, as it were, for quite a while. Probably since the late 90s. There's not really been any new bands come along that I've gone, wow, awesome. A lot of great artists come out of the UK, yeah, and a lot of god awful ones lately. That's the problem. It's just the way the whole. It's not just the UK. It's probably worldwide now. The whole music industry is just purely about image and making money. Get the latest pretty boy or pretty girl on, give them something catchy to sing, make a few quid out of them, and then boot them out and get the next one. Yes, I just yeah, I think I could safely say kind of just there's really not a lot of music coming out at the moment that is just even worth calling music or listening to. Which is beautiful, isn't it? Dad! Oh, bless you, Rich. Yeah, as you think about it, you're probably not too far off the same age as my parents. Yeah, yeah. The contract is there purely to make money for the people in the management, not the. Yeah. That's why they all pretty much have one album and disappear. Like, annoyingly, they tend to have the one album with the Christmas number one. Playboy Street Rock album, Inspector General. Oh my god. Yeah, 81. What would it have been over here? Been the end of punk. Just punk dying. So it would have been ska, two-tone, new romantics coming in. Bands like Spandau Ballet, Adamant, Duran Duran, Depeche Mode, all that kind of good stuff. I mean, it's still pop music, but decent pop music. Yeah, Playboy Club tours. Yes, yes, Chewy. Yes. Yeah, this is the thing. It's all about the marketing these days rather than about the actual music, which is what I find depressing. And there are probably some absolutely amazing songwriters and bands out there, but they just don't get picked up or noticed or promoted because they're not pretty or have a nice, easily saleable image. Kickaxe. Ah, yes. You know things are bad when you're going through. You think, oh, what can I listen to today? And you start digging through the tapes. Howdy, Anthony. Yep, that's why punk is king. Well, I wouldn't say punk's king. It's kind of, it's got its uses. It's a damn good type of music. I mean, it's got about, well, most of it has got about the same musical talent as. Your withered hand. Is that anything to do with Jeremy Beadle? Yeah, loads of tapes. I'm guessing that's going to be Cheryl's tape deck has died. Oh no. You can still get them, Cheryl. They are still available. Um, yeah, but that's because you're not a total arse, though, Aaron. Hey, Smithy, how are you? Sweet memories indeed. Yes. There's Aquafridge. Too bad it's in another language. Yeah. That is always the problem. Beetle. Oh, come on, Withered Hat. It's got to be Jeremy Beadle, ain't it? Please tell me that please tell me they've done a cover of the theme tune that Beadle was about. Yeah, my Sunday's not been too bad. Been the morning was mainly tidying up and chores and stuff. Then afternoon, seeing my lovely Mary, and we went for a trip around the local fish shop, and then just chilled out, watched some random stuff on YouTube, and then I came and set this up and sat down here, and yeah, that's the thing, Chewy, isn't it? Is that Rammstein work with the German language. The language suits the kind of music. I mean, Rammstein with a Swedish singer wouldn't work so well. I mean, imagine the Swedish chef off the Muppets trying to sing a Rammstein song. I mean, as hilarious as it would be. Oh no! Any idea what's been going on, Cheryl? Is it something water-wise or tank-wise, or any? Do you have any clue what's happening with them? I mean, I'm no expert, especially not in crystal shrimp, but the only place I seem to be able to kill off shrimp is in a shrimp tank. If I put them in with fish, they seem to do really well. So I'm sitting there, I've got right here, there is a pair of full-grown African butterfly cichlids and a whole horde of cherry shrimp just wandering around on the bottom of the tank. Cichlids just sat there looking at them going, yeah, I ain't gonna even bother. Yet in the shrimp tank, I think it's time to get the old trap out, and I think there's probably quite a few planaria in there again. Possibly copper and silicon one. Sitting in a tank, maybe a bit of oil first, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll say yes. The thing is, you don't know what was in the tank originally, do you, Cheryl? That's the problem. But yeah, so welcome aboard, Kenny. How are you? Hope all is well with you. Happy Father's Day, etc. Build up old ferts. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? The usual advice would be do water changes, but if you do too many water changes with shrimp, that will kill them as well. Have you perhaps got an old rescued 3 that are still alive and put in a small fish carrier? Clean water, some plants and algae. Yeah, so they should be okay. Then, hopefully, they're not poisoned, and that's what the problem is. Better. I mean, yeah, so the only thing I could say, Cheryl, would be to just strip the tank down and give it a good scrub out with either bicarb or vinegar, pretty much, and then start from scratch, as it were, or maybe not put shrimp back in that tank. I mean, not yeah, okay. It's not the greatest tank, not the greatest example, but I mean, like, one of those is like 25 quid. You know, so it's not too bad. And that is soft water. Oh yeah. Yep. See you later, Dan. Yes. Happy birthday to the human fry, and while you're getting a birthday bike for them, pick up a helmet for yourself as well. Or maybe just an umbrella. That might help. That might, just saying. Yeah, that really is soft water. Um, it could be the water's just too soft for them. Although I'd assume straight from Thelma in the lake, yeah. It could literally be the water is too soft. They need, might just be they need more hardness in the water. Have you got any of the, what is it, Marty's? Is it Salty Bee or any of those kind of Tanganyikan salts or whatever? You could add to the water to bring the TDS up a bit. Some of these magazines don't have to test live subjects. Yeah, this is part of the problem. Is if something goes wrong, the only way you can fix it, unfortunately, is by figuring out what you think it is, doing what you think should fix it, and then hoping nothing dies. Which, alas, is how most people find out about things when they get their first goldfish and it dies within 2 weeks because they just stuck it in a bowl or a tank of water and left it. See you later, Anthony. Have a good Father's Day and etc. Have a good play with the kiddo. Yeah, that's all I say. If you reset the tank, as it were, and cleaned it out, the only other thing I could think of, Cheryl, would probably be that it's too soft for them. And yeah, I'll say for something like shrimp, I wouldn't necessarily trust the second-hand tank unless I knew who I was getting it from and what had been in it, blah blah blah, before. As we've all seen the horror stories where someone's bought a second-hand tank and the people who had it before did a really good job cleaning it up for you by using something highly toxic to fish. So with sponge filter in the bucket and air stone, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll keep that's plenty enough to keep shrimpies happy. Well, hello, my dear Priscilla. How are you? Mwah. Uh, yeah, we have. Yeah, at least it's still alive for now. Exactly. Um, so I've still not tried any crystals or carradinas, simply because I don't really want to go down the RO water route. My water's coming out of the tap 10 times as hard as yours is, Cheryl. It's coming out of the tap at like 300 odd parts TDS. Oh, what are you having for lunch, Priscilla? Because I'm hungry. Yeah, we had plenty of rain here too, Aaron. The pond's full now anyway. Which probably means this week's water change is the water that goes into the tank will have a higher nitrate content than the water that comes out of the tanks. Yeah, so this is it: vinegar, bleach, and salt. Yeah, get rid of pretty much anything that's going to be an issue. So I've yet to buy a second-hand tank. So sausage and eggs. Oh. You ordered them online then, Cheryl. You're expecting adults and got babies. That's another one of the things that has put me off ordering online. Now, I know a lot of our American friends sell their fish online. And to be fair, I would trust pretty much all the ones I know of. But I don't, because you see their fish room in their videos, you see their fish. You get to know the person, you get to know they know what they're doing, know what they're talking about. It just doesn't seem to be a thing in the UK. I say live streaming is a rare thing for a Brit to do. Having a YouTube channel is almost as rare. And for someone who's breeding, to me, it's a free way of advertising. It doesn't cost you anything to have a YouTube channel. A lot of people make their videos on their mobile phones, and yeah, everyone's basically got one of them. It's like I was saying when I took my fish in last week. I was saying, they're tank raised, blah blah blah. And the guy said, no, can you let me know what the tank's like? So where they've come from. I'm like, yeah, here's my YouTube channel. Watch the videos. You want to see the parents? You want to see the tank they were raised in? It's on there, mate. So yeah, there are a lot of Facebookers. No longer like fried eggs. It's like fried poached or sold. Yeah, dippy eggs. You can't beat them. It just doesn't seem to be a thing. I mean, even with the model makers, there is quite a lot of channels, but not a lot of content. I'm not blowing my trumpet at all. But the majority of the channels have got 200 or 300 subscribers at most. See you later, Rich. Have a good slews. Sweet dreams, my friend. Womble on. One's keep churning out them on YouTube, do all the marketing. Yeah, I'd say this is it. I'm not really that deep into Facebook. I've got my own group. Yes, I've got me on Facebook. Some people do get the hump if I don't accept a friend request. It's not a personal thing. It's my Facebook. It's me. It's not like this is my modeling Facebook page or this is my fish keeping Facebook page. This is my Facebook page. So yeah, and then again, I might actually know the person, but I might not know their real name. I might just know them through whatever their YouTube name is, and I go, who the hell's that? Oh, now we've got several mutual friends, but I don't know. No, Rich is earlier than us, Shell, so I'm thinking it's afternoon nap time for Rich. or as I call him, Uncle Bulgaria. It's definitely snoozy time, but oh dear, we're not synchronising the light up, so we, Aaron? Oh dear, God help us. Yeah. Hopefully you didn't just drop yours and catch it left-handed without burning yourself or your seat or your shorts as a result. Yeah, but Aaron, you're not talking on YouTube. Evening, Chevy. How are you? Hope you're well. Lurk away by all means. Yeah, it was the other thing I wanted to say. Yeah, I didn't do a video this week. Basically because I wasn't in the right frame of mind or right mood. Didn't really have a plan in my head of how a video might go. And to me, if you basically phone it in, it's obvious to anyone who watches it. If you just go, yeah, here's this, and here's this, yeah, whatever, here's it, especially yawning in the middle of it. We've all put ciggies down on something for a few seconds and then forgotten about it and scorched the edge of the windowsill, or put a nice melt mark in the top of a fish tank or something like that. Yeah, been there, done that. I mean, hell, I've done the one where you just stick it behind your ear to do something else, and then you realise it's still a light. As your hair catches fire and your head starts burning. It wasn't quite as bad as the time I picked up a soldering iron from the wrong end, but you know. Sorry for the Americans, a soldering iron. In my defence, you get the handle part and then you get the iron part, and then there's a guard in between. In my defence, this one had a round guard that actually rolled around 180 degrees on the table. Now, I didn't notice and just went. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, it doesn't hurt, Cheryl, because it cauterizes the flesh instantly. It's about a week to 2 weeks later when the cauterized flesh starts falling out. That's when it hurts. But me being me, I didn't exactly notice until I was like, what's that sizzling noise? Oh, it's my hand. I've done that before. I've cut down a screw for someone for an RC car, and I've handed it to them, put it in their hand. They've gone, and I'm like, what? Or get the Sharpie. What? Your fingers ain't supposed to be sizzling, mate. Oh yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I just don't notice these things. The signal doesn't get from the pain to my brain quick enough, I think, is the problem. It sort of takes a detour, gets a bit lost, and then eventually finds its way up there. Hey, Pat. How are you? I did catch up with your live show this week. Didn't see you live because I was at work. But Kay asked a question about my Daniel of Dr. Poole. Thank you for the thank you and him for the answer. Yeah, I'll say she's he. I don't know how to tell the difference. I just call her she for some weird reason. She's still doing fine. She's zooming about. Just had a change of tank, and just carrying on and danny-oing. But I do have some sad news, Pat. I did lose a fish this week, and it was broke back. World's ugliest guppy is no more. She finally deaded. I mean, she had another bunch of fry before, but you know. So yes, the S-shaped, tailless, dorsalless guppy is no more. Bless her. She's been buried in the garden alongside all the others. There's quite a graveyard out there now. Yeah, our ugly little girl. Yeah, bless her. But she did great. There's probably at least half the guppies in this tank are hers, are her offspring. How close is Norwich to London? It's about 100 miles, Chewy. Straight down the A11, M11, M25 by road or by train. Just get on a train. Well, get on a train here, go to Norwich, and then go back exactly the same way to get to London. It's fair old trek for me anyway. Generally, the longest I spend on transport is about 45 minutes. But yes, no more broke back, and it ain't gonna be long before the rest of these guys are all either move on or find new homes. There's a couple that obviously won't, due to either having had chunks taken out of their fins. There is a male in here. There's a male right behind me with an. You can tell he's one of broke-backs because he's got an S-shaped spine as well. He's just completely different colours. I was confused. Yeah, no, Attleborough has always been above sea level. A small vacation tour already done in Norwich. Sweet. I look forward to watching that, Chewy. That'd be interesting to see what another country, then put that in English, a person from another country makes of my local lovely city. I mean, the street map will confuse the hell out of any Americans. Well, yeah, as the saying used to go, Europe, where the history comes from. Yeah, I'll say I think it's going to be more of an issue, Aaron, when they dig up my body in a few thousand years and try and figure out what the hell happened to it. They're going to think I was some MMA fighter or something like that. Or a stuntman or... Yeah. Now, you watch the shows, what you might do, where they find some ancient body or skeleton, and they try and figure out what caused death was, and all the kind of stuff, and all the things that happen to that person in their life, and then they recreate them at the end. Funny trying to figure out what they reckon happened to me. Helter Skelter influenced metalheads. Of course I did. Of course it did. Helter Skelter influenced everyone. Yeah, Europe. We just build it here and put the road through that hill. Yeah. Either put the road through the hill, or, well, we need to build a road from here to here, and this is the route the old cattle drovers took, so we'll follow that route. We won't build a straight road. We'll go around all these twists and turns and corners, You know what? That actually works well because it reduces the accidents because it reduces the speed people are going at. Yeah. And it just makes life more interesting. And so the whole massively long, dead straight roads, that must be so boring. Well, it's our feature in the UK on Independence Day. Well, technically, it's independence from the UK, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. Sharpie's fish graveyard. Pat Benatar did a version of Helter Skelter. Yeah, there's all sorts going on. I think I've heard several different versions of that song. Yes. Yeah, I've imbibed too many chemicals over the years to be able to remember them. My current excuse is I've been asleep since then. Yeah. Of course, Steven Tyler's a fish keeper. He's got the mouth. Now, he looks like an Oscar. He's definitely part cichlid. Come on, you got to admit. Yeah, Europe needs you back at least for a bit, Priscilla. You need to sort some of these weirdos and nut jobs out we got over here. Give them a slap. I say, I think it will be next. Yeah, it will be next year now before any realistic, sensible foreign travel is going to happen. Um, oh, pardon me. I know of some people who are still expecting to go on summer holiday this year, go away to like Spain or something. Is that? No, no. But I need my holiday. Like, you've been off work for 3 months. Yeah, it's. Well, you got to see the worst of the continent, haven't you, Priscilla? And you got if you have to go to France and Germany. I say if you come over and if you're anywhere near my neck of the woods, let me know, and you're more than welcome to pop in and have a really bad instant coffee. Yeah, but Aaron, France is always like that. Yeah, no. France protesting and rioting started in France. No, you just go back to the French Revolution, and they've been doing it ever since. Oh, well, just know, Priscilla, there will be a hug waiting for you if you ever do show. Bowman gang members, yeah. When they start having shootouts in Paris, yeah, that's generally gone a bit beyond the set fire to tires at the docks and things, hasn't it? It's Hi, as long as the gangs are just killing each other, I don't see the problem. Let them do it. We'll catch them all and stick them all, just round them all up, stick them down in the catacombs, give it a week and see who can come out. Closest city to me will be Norwich. Norwich. Not Manchester. That's probably about as far away as you can get almost. Oh, pardon me. Admittedly, we both know the real reason that you would want to come over is just to meet Zach. Honestly, isn't it? It's nothing to do with me or the fish. You just want to cuddle the fluff monster. Well, I've not seen him today, so he'll probably be in a bit later. Oh, Alex Harvey, cool. Tribute to the Beatles on the 4th of July. Yes. Yeah, Manchester definitely qualifies as a whole. You got the bit that they like you to see on the news. Yeah, still south enough. Yeah, I'm definitely not northern. I'm eastern. About as far away from America as you can get, I think, in England. Hey, raining. So that probably means we'll get it in a couple of days over here. Had a little bit of rain this morning, but all it did was well, it kind of cooled things down for about 10 minutes, and then the humidity went up. So great. Yeah. So, given what my memory's like, Chewy, you might have to give me a poke nearer the time so I remember. Uh, some days I would forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. It's not the glory of the true Red Devils. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Liverpool. Sweet. Yeah. So I don't. I don't think you have the same kind of fanaticism about your team in America as we do over here when it comes to. Priscilla will back me up on this. That the fanaticism of football fans in Europe, it's a lot calmer than it used to be. But, it used to be you'd have the game on 3 till 5 on a Saturday afternoon. Then afterwards, you'd have the war in the roads outside. Then half of you traipse off to the accident and emergency room, and the other half would go home. That's pretty much how it was. F Man U, exactly. Up the knots. County or forest, Smithy? Great way of almost playing hockey. Yeah. With the added advantage of you don't have to wear ice skates to play football. County, good choice. Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it, Pat. Football's not what it used to be. Yes. let's just say, with my history of injuring myself, ice hockey is probably not the game for me to play. Oh, what's that movie? Was it Green Street? Was that the movie? Was it the West Ham firm? Yeah, so any Americans who aren't aware of what proper fans were like, watch Green Street. And that's not one of the more renowned clubs. Oh, who won the Champions League? I don't remember, Priscilla. You're a defender. Fair enough. Someone has to be. There's one up on being goalkeeper. Yeah, I'll say Green Street. Green Street is pretty realistic for how it is. That's what you should expect after a sports game. And it's one very good reason we don't have guns in the UK. I mean, oh geez, I try to imagine what the 80s would have been like with football if we'd had guns. Oh my God, there would have been thousands dead every week. Too brown to hang around in Manchester. Oh, yeah, you would stand out. You know, you're not the right colour of orange, Priscilla. Yeah, fake tan. Yeah, people would just be jealous you got a natural tan. Yeah, well, as a goalkeeper, your job was to pick the ball out of the back of the net when I put it in there. It was that simple. Yeah, it's but do tend to overcomplicate these things. You know, if you keep the puck or the ball away from where your goal is, it's really hard for the other team to score. It's that simple. Now, I mean, I used to play right wing or just behind the striker, usually. So before I injured my knees and ankle, well, it was the ankle that killed my fledgling football career. But my final season at age of 16, what was it? It was 75 goals for the season. And in one game, I got 5 hat tricks. Yeah, I'm 2-footed, so I could play left or right. Didn't really bother me. Go inside or outside the fullback or centre halves, or just go straight past them. I'll try to think who's I playing up against. I'm Matthew Upson, who used to play for England. I left him on his backside a few times, turned him inside out more than once. Danny Mills, Jamie Curtin, whole bunch. Yeah, I'm not quite got the finesse, or didn't quite have the finesse of the left, but I could still, whipping across from the wing or pop one in the top corner from 25 yards quite happily. Injure the goalkeeper. Just remember that. Oh, I know the movie. Yeah. Um, yeah, stay strong, Big J. Beard power. As you can see, I had a trim again. Not Bellator, is it, Aaron? Yes. So there's not really much sport these days I do watch. Football is not as enjoyable as it could be. Oh, you do get to hit people, Chewy. You get to hit them, kick them, all sorts. Ball's in the air, you're watching the ball, you're backing the defender, and you stamp on his foot. Accidentally, obviously. Because he's been kicking the back of your ankles for the rest of the game, so you might as well stamp on his foot and get your own back. Yes, I do get more of my share of yellow cards. Someone kicks me, I'll kick them back. It's that simple. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got the boards and a big stick you're carrying, and honking great gloves to punch people with without hurting yourself. Um, there's plenty of ways of injuring other footballers. But as I say, again, I'm going back to the early 90s where the rules were somewhat different. You could put in a big meaty sliding tackle and collect the ball and the person at the same time, and as long as you actually got some of the ball, it was fine. Me in London on a not rainy day. So that's going to be a Thursday in June then, Priscilla. Play left side with the right shot. Bloody Christmas. Hi Sean. How are you? Just the chap, actually. Went to LFS today, looking at small, semi-friendly cichlids. Didn't have any Maltese, but they did have Neolampologus brevis and Gold ocellatus. Would either of those be sensible for a 15-gallon and a newbie at keeping shellies? I understand the ocellatus are quite aggressive. But yeah, it's just what is available at the moment. And say this tank is almost empty now. I just got to figure out some way of trapping and removing all the shrimp. I can't see the butterfly cichlids being too tricky to catch, and there's nothing else in the tank. Or once the water clears up from pulling out all the plants, anyway. Yeah, 2 people died in the pit. Yeah, what was it? So I remember Mark Vivian Foe just dropping dead with a heart attack in the middle of a game. That was a bit of a shocker. Yeah, London's too expensive. Yeah, London makes Switzerland look cheap. It's like people say, well, why does everyone in London like eat Burger King or McDonald's? This is the only thing they can afford. Born in '93, kiddies. Size of gold. Yeah, so that's the thing is, I do want to breed shell dwellers, not breed myself, because no one wants any more Sharpies on the planet. So I'm probably best holding out till I can get hold of some multis then, Sean, just to play it safe. Or I'm just going to have to sit and watch lots of videos on YouTube. I say, it is only a 15-gallon tank, so as long as I pull the fry, the goals won't be a problem. Fair enough. It's just a case of, yeah, we shall see. We shall see what happens. I'll say if I can find multis, I'll definitely go with multis as first choice. But if I can't, then probably ocellatus or ockies, as I've heard them called. Oh no, not the bowl cut. Not that I can take the mickey out of anyone's hair with a state of mind at the moment. No, it's actually behaving itself for once. I think it's just got to that length now where it just wants to lay down. It's too heavy to stand up. Oh no. I'll say just don't have multiple. Righty ho. So when there's just like one lot of fry, I'll just say the ocellatus are that bit bigger than multis, I believe. So I'd probably go with fewer of the ocellatus if I did go with them, probably 4. The fish stores in Norwich, there is a Small Maidenhead Aquatics and Scaped Nature, which is a scaper's shop. There's a few relatively close by, but nothing, as I say, there's nothing on the kind of league of anything decent, as it were. Not decent. There's no aquarium co-op or anything like that around here. I mean, the one I went to today, the only reason it looked so clean was because it had been shut for several months. They'd actually had a chance to do the cleaning, or they had done the cleaning. Trio, 1 male, 2 female. Righty ho. That's probably going to mean buy 3 random and hope. I doubt A, if I would be able to sex them very accurately. B, whether the person in the shop would have a clue, so I'd probably have to ask exactly which fish they were. Don't you know that? You go into a fish shop, local fish shop store, and you go, can I help you with anything? You go, yeah, can I have a pair of the Epistogramma cacatoides? And they look at you blankly, and they start wandering in a random direction. You go, yeah, them ones. Oh, right, yeah. So pair, you want 2? No, I want a pair. I want a male and a female. That one, that's a male. That one's a female. Oh, right. Full-grown adults, males are much bigger. Yep, fair enough. But they're not. All the ones in the tank look exactly the same size. They all look exactly the same. Afternoon, Patrick. How are you, Mr. Dragon Lair? Hope you're all well. So yeah, but my number one choice is the multis, because basically the way I understand it is if there's a beginner shell dweller, that's the one. Seems to be the most peaceful out of all the shell dwellers, which apparently are all quite aggressive. But, you know, they're small fish living in big lakes full of big fish, so they kind of have to be a bit aggressive. And plus, I'm thinking that even if you get bitten by a multi, it's not going to hurt. But then there's the thinking that something like a gold ocellatus is going to look more impressive in a tank if you're trying to sell them, which is, if you're trying to breed fish, that is the end of the game. Ooh, perchies. God, I love perch. The problem is once you put them into a pond, you'll probably never see them again. Did you ever like the cat? Yeah, exactly, Sean. So yeah, I'll wait till I can get hold of some multis. I'd rather listen to Judas Priest. But you know, if I had the opportunity to meet the Queen and have a sit and a chat, I would like to. Much as I'm not a monarchist, and I don't really have any respect for most of the younger royals, I do have a lot of respect for the Queen and Prince Philip. Yeah, gotta love perch. Just awesome fish. Say Perca fluviatilis. Yeah, I say they just disappear as soon as you put them into a pond. But if you were going to get, to me, a perch is basically a super cool cold water cichlid. The size of the fish compared to the size of the mouth and the size of the attitude on them is just hilarious. You can catch a 2-ounce perch and it'll think it's a 20-pounder, despite the fact they only grow to 6 pound. Yeah. They are, in most waterways indeed, Cheryl, they are the top predator. So above them, it's only really the pike and the zander. And zander won't eat them, and pike try not to eat perch. Mainly because of the spiny bits that get stuck in their throat. So if you've not seen the native British perch, have a look for them. Absolutely stunning green and black stripes, red fins, you know, scissor jaws on them. There we go. We sorted Patrick out some baby multies. Yay! Spikes on the dorsals, yes, and the spikes on the gill plates. Exactly, Thomas. You gotta love a pond. Ponds are awesome. It's just, admittedly, you know, we'd all love to live somewhere and have a beautiful lake or river in our garden or just outside our garden, but it's not going to happen from probably 99.9% of us ever get that kind of money. So yeah, a small garden pond is as much as we can have, but they're just gorgeous things to have. I mean, it's not just the pond, it's all the extra stuff it will attract into the garden. Yeah, this is it. People go, oh no, native fish, oh, they're all boring. No, you've not seen them. Or if you have, you've seen them looking down from a bridge into a river. Builder's sub, nothing wrong with the builder's sub. As I say, you'll still get all the wildlife come visit it because you got the water there. Oh yeah, the aquascape ponds, yeah. I mean, some of the ponds that you see being made and put together are just mind-blowingly beautiful. Cost a fortune to keep in that state. But I'll say mine's only what 6x4 ish. It's about what 150 gallons, something like that. But you know, you get the birds coming in for a drink and a bath. The frogs come, dragonflies, all the different wildlife that they attract. You just do nothing but good for a garden. Can't really see it at the moment. I'm not saying I don't want to show you it, but it's yeah, the grass needs a cut, so you can't act. It's just yeah, you can just see a bit of liner at the moment, basically. There is a couple of videos on the channel of the pond. Hello Holly. 3 ponds and 4 tubs, baby swords and guppies in all the tubs. Oh, sweet. I'll say the only fish I've got outside are the 4 comet goldfish in the pond. I do, Smithy. I have in that 20 litre is a colony of cherry shrimp. In the fluval flex is just here, which has got butterfly cichlids in. There's a colony of cherry shrimp. And in there are some bamboo shrimp and giant African wood shrimp. 2 of each. And there's probably there's some shrimp in one of the pleco grow out tubs that just turned up in there somehow from somewhere. Once you got cherry shrimp, they just end up all over the place. Oh, nice, 55. That's going to be fun. How do I rate the fluval flexes? I love them. The complaint I see from a lot of people about how fish or fry can get stuck in the back, I see that as an upside. Because yeah, the fry get back there, but the food gets back there as well. Any leftover food that drifts about ends up in the back of that pump section, and they can't get through to the pump. Now there's a huge block of sponge in the way, and yeah, it basically works out as a nursery. The other one, which had the platies in it, and then it's had guppies in it. It's been a platy and guppy nursery in the back. This one's had cherry shrimp living in the back of it for a year or so. Now there's all the muck gets pulled into the back, so the fry that want to feed on the microfauna and microflora, all the the little animals and stuff. Yeah, they're awesome tanks. Do I keep any fish with my shrimp? At the moment, as I say, it's just the African butterfly cichlids with shrimp, Cheryl, which shouldn't work. And I did have a big colony of shrimp in with Norman the Better. Yeah, so the only thing I do if I've got small fry or shrimp in the back, living in the back of the flexes, is if I'm going to pull the sponge out to clean it, I just get a plastic ruler, I'll grab it because it's close to hand. If if I can pick it up. Just a plastic 30cm ruler, or 12-inch if you're American. And in the back where the compartment is, you got a bunch of slots, which is where the water goes through into the sponge. I stick the ruler down there and then pull the sponge out. The suction from the pump holds the ruler in place, and that stops the little fish and shrimp from getting in and then getting sucked through the pump. Although I've got shrimp in the pump compartment of this one, and they've been in there for ages. They actually feed off of the pump. So yeah, arounders are cool. I mean, I went with Comets because I knew I was going to inherit one, and I wanted to have a few. Keep a few the same, so they were friends. So there are 4 Comets in there. One which also was Mary's daughter Nadine's pet fish, Watson, and correspondingly I named the other 3 Holmes, Moriarty, and Baskerville. Stretch old bird netting over the pond there. Yeah, I'll say bird netting probably a definite do. But Patrick, as we know with guppies, 1 female is all it takes. Yeah, well, I'll say Watson was Watson. That's what he'd been named. And so I just had to come up with names for the other 3 that were on the same theme, really. Yeah, so I don't have a problem with cats, because I have Zach the cat, and he views pretty much anything that lives in my garden as his friend that needs protecting. Yeah, so fingers crossed, Patrick. Fingers crossed you'll have a bunch of bobbers in there fairly soon. Well, the only shrimp I've actually named were the 2 giant wood shrimp, and that's purely on what they look like. So we have JC and B. JC lives behind that wood stump. Oh, hello, Birdie. Yeah, Bertie's in here now, but the light is glaring in. The light. He's hiding in the glare. But yeah, JC lives behind that stump, and B lives behind that stump. Yeah, Mama Shrimp. That's a good name, Mama Shrimp. I mean, I don't name all my fish and stuff, but it's usually the ones with characters. Yeah, beside piranhas and sharks in the world is snakes. Yes, they're wood pigeons, Holly. There's probably a couple of dozen out there somewhere. We've got wood pigeons, blackbirds, starlings, sparrows, blue tits, chaffinches, goldfinches, squirrels, crows, seagulls, all sorts that comes and visits my garden. Oh dear, you've been having the kind of week I've been having, have you, Sean? Yeah, some of the Late nights working in a convenience store. Some of the customers, oh boy. Yeah, Sunni parakeets around here. Probably they're gradually spreading their way across the country. Again, I won't complain. Oh yeah, no, no, Sean's not allowed near wires anymore. Bats, cardinals, and blue jays. Yeah, I have bats as well. I live up in actually they live in my loft, um, or attic, I should say. It's, obviously we don't get cardinals and blue jays over here. But yes, thankfully I tend not to get most of the animals coming in the door. Just the occasional frog. Yeah, it's the whole slithery, slimy. Everyone's kind of it's kind of the thing where everyone is taught to be scared of snakes because they can kill you. And most of them won't, even given the choice. But yeah, it's just a standard horror trope. Um, you know, and then so one of them Bat Boy, and then yeah, that's it. So I mean, there's my back fence is covered in ivy, and there's at least 3 or 4 birds' nests in it at the moment. There's blackbirds and sparrows and all sorts in there. Yeah, spiking. So we just don't get snakes here. We've got 3 species in the country, but you don't see a housekeeper with a piranha on stage. No. And I get a funny feeling that any snakes that get used by Alice Cooper on stage, you've been let get quite cold before they get used on stage, just to slow them down a bit. Yeah, you'll get there, Sean. No, don't worry about it. You'll get the Shelly shed ready. These things take time. So, like, I was getting ready to perhaps get a Mega Flex, and then I left my old job, and it had to go on the back burner, and now up again, and then it will go in there. There'll be a 32-gallon Flex at some point, eventually, once I've saved up the probably about 500 or 600 quid to get the tank and everything I want to put in it before I look at fish. Yes, yeah, yeah. Don't teach your fundamentals. Yeah, it's yeah. So I forget what it was called. It was a show I was watching just purely for entertainment factor. I think I found it on YouTube. Probably someone ripped it. And they were making these amazing looking tanks, but then they weren't actually telling you what they actually had to do to get it to work and keep the fish alive. No, it was just like, yeah, you just do this and you just put this tank in here and you do this. It looks awesome. Then you put the fish in. But nah, it takes a bit more than that. Yeah, I'm sad thing, Sean, but it happens. It happens here as well. People just abandon animals if they don't want them anymore. I mean, that's why myself and my neighbours have Zach and Sparky. They were both just left behind by previous owners. I mean, Sparky's been here as long as I have. It was the same snake. It kind of makes sense. You know that one's a safe one. New dog on the rescue farm. Got St. Bernard. Oh, bless. Yeah, I'll say that's the thing, Sean, is they are expensive tanks, but over here, given the way that all tanks are expensive, they're not that much more than most others. As you're aware, we don't get the dollar per gallon sale. We don't get the Aquion stuff. Even the cheap, crappy tanks here are expensive. So to me, it's better to spend a little bit more and actually get a good one, well made, thick glass. Yeah, it's, you know, I'd rather save up and get the right one. Yeah, like those life hack videos about growing food, they don't actually tell you how to do it. You can save money by growing this, and then they don't tell you how to grow it, or the fact that it's going to take a year before you can eat anything. Yeah. Oh, I generally trust animals more than I trust most people as well. Animals don't hide things. If an animal doesn't like you, it lets you know. And you can read that straight away. And you can go, okay, I'll just leave you alone. That's fine by me. If you're not friendly, I'm not going to bug you. And the next day you'll find a friendly animal that just wants fuss and love. Smithy just got a quote for a grass bone, still not worth the money. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm kind of lazy as well. Yeah, plus hey, I like the look of them as well. I like the curved front the way it is, and it's just, to me at least, it seems a good design. Plus, it actually comes with a good light with it as well, which helps. You know, tank and the stand, which I think it comes to about 500, and then substrate. It's one of those things I don't know. Would I go with an African cichlid tank, perhaps? Maybe some yellow labs or something like that. I'm not doing the job. Yeah. Being let down by the tradesman, that happens to all of us, Sean. And yeah, glass quality's gone down, the prices have gone up. Exactly. So this thing here, the glass is barely, I think it's 3 mil. You know, so I'd Stewie Channer. I don't think the 33 gallon tank is going to be big enough for me to breed snakeheads in. Although if I could breed snakeheads, I'd probably get my money back fairly quickly. It's so, but you know, long-term plans and all. I'll get there eventually. I'll get the money all saved and sorted, and then figure out what to put in it. And on that, I just had the notification come up that Father Fish is now live. So rather than step all over his toes, and because I need to eat something and visit a little boy's room, I will say thank you to everyone for showing up, despite the really short notice that it was going to happen. I was kind of worried no one would show up. Blanche, no, it's over here. We just have the slow worm, grass snake, and the adder. Oh, yeah, guppies in outdoor ponds. So I don't think that'd be a very good idea around here, because I do have lots of dragonflies and frogs. So yeah, I look forward to reading them, Sean. But anyway, thank you, as I said, everyone, for turning up. Stay safe. Have a good week. Peace out. Right on. Bye bye.